Hello, everyone. My name is Teresa Mason. Welcome to Chapter 10 Ethics and Health Leadership. Before I actually began the chapter, I had read a journal called Practicing Preventive Ethics The Keys to Avoiding Conflict. And I thought that was quite interesting. But what stood out for me was the subheading Practicing Prevention. And it spoke about that if the organization doesn't do something in the beginning, it could do tremendous damage and cause conflicts of interest within the organization. So there were steps that could be taken to help the organization pretty much do a preventive measure. And the first step was strengthening the fiduciary professionalism. And this should be done by having trust between the trustee and the beneficiary, or the doctor and the client. And it should also have co-fiduciaries such as physicians, our board of directors, and all of them should share the quality care of the patient. So it's a group of people focused on making a person happy, and that person having trust in this group of people. The next step involves paying close attention and enforcing your mission statement. So, if you worked at a company and their mission statement was to quality care of the patients in a safe, secure environment, then that's what you need to stand on. You need to make sure that the care of your patients is based on quality care and that they are in a safe and secure environment. The next step said that an organization should be developing and enforcing clear, detailed policies on reporting and managing individual and organization conflicts of interest. In other words, the conflicts of interest policies should require that all conflicts of interest of individuals, physicians, and physician leaders, non physician leaders, and board members be reported regularly. So at some point, the organization definitely needs to know what the other person is doing. Have they accomplished their goals? Have they met the needs of the clients? Are the facility or the organization staffed? And does it have enough equipment to run it? And also, it talked about that physicians and leaders, no physician or leader should want to work in a healthcare organization that are poorly led with respect to the conflicts of their interests. Um, so if I worked in a company and they was not up to 100% par, I'm not going to work there. And I'm sure that most of us will say, this is not right. I don't like this. They could do better. And so with that being said, I'm going to move on to the next slide. So when it came to the distributive justice, there are theories that help instill the values and the ideals of fairness and what measures should be used to allocate society's resources. For instance, the type of justice that include affirmative action based on money, opportunities, materials, and other goods, and how these goods would be distributed amongst the members. The first theory was egalitarianism, and it starts with the basic principle of equality and or equal for all. The next theory was libertarianism, which promotes freedom from interference by government in social and economical ranges. In other words, the merit entitlement and the productive contributions are given way over equal shares. In other words, those that work diligently should enjoy the fruits of their labor. U- Utilitarianism, this is the theory that tries to maximize the benefits for individuals and society with the maximum emphasis on entitlements and needs. The John Rawls theory of justice is one of the best known concepts of justice. He suggests that an equal distribution, unless a different distribution, would help the disadvantaged. Rawls believes that any equalities of all society should be to benefit all of those who are the least advantaged. Each person is to have an equal right to the most extensive total system of fundamental liberties comparable with any similar system of the freedom for all. Social and economical inequities are arranged so that they're both reasonably expected to be to everybody's advantage and attached to positions and offices open to all except when an injustice is to the benefit of those least well off. Rawls used a heuristic device that he calls the veil of ignorance and explains the idea that people will develop fair principles of distribution only if they are ignorant of their position in society. And he ended that with saying, if you poor, you will be poor, or either you will be wealthy. Ethics is something we all need in our lives in order to be productive citizens. As children, we learn from our parents, which are our morals, and then we go to school and learn from our teacher, which helps us with ethics. And as we become young adults, we get into society and we learn values. And with that being said, this is the end of my presentation. And the questions I have for the class is, what does it mean to you as a leader to do good? Do you believe that as a leader you should always tell the truth? And is that part of your duty? And give an example of when you were not being truthful and was it acceptable by your organization?